Hi everyone, it's Kimberly and welcome back to the Illumined Guru channel. Thanks to the new subscribers and thanks to those of you who are longtime followers. I am so delighted to be sharing messages with you right now because I feel like the collective is needing guidance, and thank you for tuning in to this guidance. So if you notice something with me, I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to make it less conspicuous, but I have had some eye issues and my eyes are really bloodshot right now. So trying not to wear any makeup. So if you feel like I look different, I probably do. So I'm trying to self-heal right now. So actually, I just wrote a blog about this on Vibe Up. So if you want to check that out, it's on vibup.com. Just click on blog, and it's a challenge. I'm giving you guys a 1-day mindfulness for intuition challenge. And this was all sparked by my own self-healing journey with this ailment. So read that. It's pretty interesting and might have some good insight in there for you. And perhaps you'll want to take the challenge, okay? Remember that your ascension and your up-leveling is on all fronts, on all aspects. So it's everything that you're doing. It's not just this journey with your twin flame. It's how you're relating to the world around you. It's the choices that you're making in your life. You know, everything is either aiding your ascension or pulling you off the ascension track. Okay, so if you're hanging out with low vibrational beings or doing low vibrational things, it's going to pull you down, at least for that moment in time. And so that's going to pull you out of the higher vibrations. Okay, and so if you're really like consciously trying to navigate this ascension in the highest way, you know, put yourself around high vibrational people, eat higher vibrational foods, and really look at this as a holistic journey. It's not just one piece or component. It's not just healing your child wounds. It's everything. It's the new information that's trickling in for you. It's making better choices, right? It's making choices away from the old programming, the way that we've been programmed by society and by our families. And it's making choices out of our inner knowing and our intuition. And it's, you know, really erasing and letting go of that old programming to find our own truth, to step into your authenticity. So make sure you're looking at your ascension that way. And if you need help or tools in any way with that, you can reach out to me or, you know, book a coaching session, whether you're needing counseling or coaching on one-on-one with mission or your path or purpose, or you're just needing guidance at this time, especially with the energies. I know a lot of you are at sort of crossroads or forks in the road, and you have decisions to make or will be making decisions. And if you need assistance with that, reach out. And as I said in the last video, if you tuned in, I am holding one more intensive program. This is for those of you who still feel like I need the tools for this ascension, for this up-leveling, for you know, mastering my journey of self-love, coming into wholeness with myself. And how do I do that? How do I clear the blocks? How do I heal the wounds? How do I really get out of these triggered reactions, right? And how do I come into alignment with myself? And how do I find my power and my truth? And how do I start to be more powerful in life and manifest what it is that I desire? And as well as, how do I step into twin flame union, right? Like, you're needing to come into union with yourself first. So all of those tools are in my 3-week intensive program that's happening September 10th through the 30th. Sign up now. After the first announcement, we already have half full. So it's a small group, and I'm already half full. So there's, you know, there's half of the spots are left. So you can sign up on theilluminedguru.com and check that out. All the info's up there. And today, I don't want to post the full moon in Pisces video yet, but I will be doing that in a few days. But today, that's happening on August 26th, by the way. And today is August 15th, 2018. we are now past the eclipses, but we're still in the effect of the eclipse energy. So don't think that like, oh, okay, now why isn't anything happening? It's because a lot just happened and we're still in the energy of these eclipses, and we will be in the cycle for the next 6 months. So you're going to see anything that came to a head, any illumination, any light that was shown during this period will continue to be illuminated. The direction will continue to become clear, and information will continue to find its way to you. And evolution from this period will continue to happen right through to January, February 2019 until the next eclipses. So don't forget that. Also, we have Mars retrograde and we have Mercury retrograde still. And so, Mercury goes direct on, I think, around the 17th of the month. And Mars, I think, goes direct at the end of the month or early September. So we're being affected by that in dramatic ways. And as I've been saying, between the 18th, I keep getting between August 18th and actually, when you wake up on the 18th, I do feel like things will be lighter, period. That's just what I've been channeling. I keep getting it over and over and over again. I just think that if any of you are in any sort of confusion or crossroads, or where there's a lack of clarity or not knowing, or feeling distraught, still feeling really emotional, or feeling the energies to still be very heavy, you're going to feel this start to lighten around the 18th. And then subsequently thereafter. So this will be a progression of energies lightening and things moving forward. And so you're going to feel the forward thrust by early September. And many of you are making the changes in September. You're making the moves, you're making the job changes, you're making the, the path, you're clearing the pathway to your mission. You're going to feel like you have the wherewithal to do all of that. Whereas right now, the energies are so heavy that it's hard to feel even motivated, right? It's hard to feel, you're just trying to get through the energies. And that's all that you need to be doing, is just allowing yourself to rest into the energies, and then also processing what needs to be processed. If you've got a decision to make, looking at that, looking at where your lines of attachment have been, what has kept you stuck, what has kept you, crutching or leaning on for codependent, in codependent cycles or patterns, and where can you release that so that you can go forward now into your new life. So I feel like the final releases will be done towards month's end, towards sorry for the light changes. It's dark 1 minute here and then it's sunny. It's really crazy weather today, so that's why the lighting keeps changing on the camera. But by the end of the month, like towards that full moon in Pisces, we're going to have, like I said, forward momentum and more clarity, and there's just going to be like resolution to some of the things that are ailing you right now, or that you're questioning right now. But there'll be releasing going on right up through that time, and you're releasing, I feel like, the final strands or strains of old programming. And so this was almost like another massive purge for many, this period. So if you're feeling exhausted, hello, I have been in and out of low energy or low vibrations even. And that's very unusual for me. And so I've had to just ride it and then use my tools that I have in my toolbox to pull me back up, right? And that can be everything from just high vibrational music to movement to doing something creative to just vegging out, right? It could be daydreaming or fantasizing, thinking about things that make you feel happy or good or uplifted. All of those things are little tools to help us change the frequency. But we cannot force that frequency change, because when the energies are this dense, you've got to give into it, right? You've got to give into it. And you can't wrestle out of it either. I'm sure you guys know that now, because the more you fight against it, and I think in the Mercury retrograde video I posted this month, I said, don't buck the system, right? Don't try to go against it. Because the more you try to go against those forces that are forcing us to slow down, that are forcing us to go within, you're going to just feel more resistance and more havoc in your life. So go with it. Don't go against it. And remember that this too shall pass. And you might be like, oh my God, but how is it ever going to resolve now? Or how is clarity ever going to come? But it is. It's on its way, and it's coming. And for some of you, there isn't a major struggle like this, but for many of you, there is. And those of you who are feeling good now are in a higher vibration, you're really going to be soaring come September, October. I feel like there is a segment of the Divine Feminine that are really doing great right now. And soaring, and they're going to be soaring even more in the next few months. And then there's a whole segment that's really struggling with this up-leveling, right? Because there's this letting go of what was, letting go of what no longer serves, letting go of the old programming, letting go of, people, situations, things that are not in alignment for us. Also, you may have felt like this, it feels like a bait and switch. It feels like a cosmic bait and switch. And I know I have felt it numerous times throughout the past week, where you start to feel good about one direction and then it like flip-flops. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I don't know, right? So that's been happening a lot. Wait, that doesn't feel good. It feels better there. And so that's creating us having a split or contradictory vibration, which is mucking up the forward flow as well. And that's kind of a little bit out of your control. I think those are the cosmic aspects that are causing us to do that. And all you can do is be mindful around that when you do that flip-flop. Oh, I was going this direction. Now I'm thinking about that direction. Can you go within now and clean up that vibration, right? Maybe it's not focusing on any direction. Maybe it's not doing any of that thinking at this time, right? Or when it comes in, just releasing it. Or maybe it's just flowing with it when it comes in and flowing with it when the new direction comes in, right? And just kind of flowing right now. Because like I said, the more we try to latch onto the energy and extract the answers and extract the clarity, the more defeated we're going to feel. Few more days of this and then it's going to get lighter, okay? So for many, that means lighter energy, higher vibrational energy that you'll be able to sustain. That means I am going to pull some cards. Oh, and here they come, just flying out. That means higher vibrational energy that you'll be able to sustain. That means, more energy. That means more motivation, forward momentum, clarity, making decisions. This will all sort of unravel over the next, say, 30 to 60 days, right? But again, we're moving into that energy. So there is relief in sight, I think, energetically, and for what surrounds us. And now you've got to master yourself from within, your thoughts, how you clean up the vibration. Some of you are still latching on to, like I said in my last update, you're still latching on to the lower energies, like reluctant to let go of what no longer serves. And like what they've been showing me is like, if you don't, like most are being forced to, or you just know that you have to go and you're going. But many of you, like you're going with that up leveling, or you're going with that new life, or you're going to that new place, or whatever that is. But some of you are, if you don't let go, you're going to be dragged through the mud. And they're showing me that very clearly. Like it's going to be more havoc. It's going to be until you're like, oh shit, I can't take all this mud anymore. It's in my eyes. Oh, I can't hold on anymore. Oh, I have to let go. But it's like you will be forced, you will be forced to let go at some point. So it's up to you whether you want to get dragged through the mud and go the hard way, or if you want to really listen to the calling right now. And only you have that discernment. Maybe there's something more for you to learn by hanging on. And only you have that discernment. But ask yourself, right? Because sometimes we make it harder for ourselves. And when we tune in to that and we really see it from an observer point of view or from a bird's eye view, we get more insight that helps us to release, more perspective. I posted a few things today on the Illumin Guru about a couple of videos and articles on Akashic Records and our dimensional realities, and how you can have a better understanding of this, because we are shifting the time-space reality right now, and everyone is going through this releasing of the sort of 3D so that you can step into your 5D timelines. And you are, I think for some of you, you know, this is new to you. This is novel. This is new. It might be that when you read through this information that it resonates for you. Some of you are masters at this and you already know it, and that's great. But some of you don't. And I feel like it's really important to understand the different levels of consciousness, right? And what it is you're doing in this journey. And also when you daydream or fantasize, or you get into that high vibrational space where you pull in that vision, or you channel that new life, that future life. It's really important for you to understand how you can access that, and access it without resistance, without the resistance of the attachments in the 3D. And again, through my intensive program, we work on removing those attachments, those 3D attachments. So just to tie that back in, that's anything that's fear programming. That's our inner child wounds. That's the past life karma. That's the ancestral imbalances. Those are all our ties to 3D attachment, which are rooted in fear. Because when we are in a state of trust and love, we can up-level. We can reach unconditionality, and we can up level, and then we can actually pull down and into life those 5D timelines, and really, you know, in essence, make your dreams come true, and have you soar and living up to your fullest potential. And for many of you, that's crystallizing right now, because some of you have had dreams or a path or a course that may have been rooted in ego, or in, you know, making your parents proud or making the critics happy. And now you're saying, you know what? I don't even care about that anymore. I just want to go in this direction. And that new thing's illuminating for you so that you can really soar, right? Anything that's ego-based or ego-driven is going to be like swept to the sidewalk, like out with the garbage. We're needing to let that go, for sure. So check in with yourself about that. Say, why am I going after this? Or why am I pursuing this? Why am I dreaming about this? Is it because that's what my higher self is calling me to? Is that what feels in alignment with my soul, with my truth? Or is there still some attachment to like wanting to be seen, or wanting to please, or wanting the attention or the adoration? Like what is in it? What is in there for you to discover about that? Because I think for many, whole new directions are illuminating, and they have nothing to do with our egos. And that's surprising. And the thing about that too is it's going to happen rapidly, especially with the absence of the ego. And that's one of the reasons why it's happening so rapidly. Okay? And so for many, the unfolding will be very, very quick. So don't forget that where you stand now, you might be holding on, getting dragged through the mud, and attached to things that you no longer need to be attached to. But if you can just zoom out a little bit, once you let go, it's like whoosh, forward momentum into the new life, in success and abundance and fulfillment. Okay? And so I'm going to pull some cards just to kind of refresh our perspective on the current energies. For some reason, I have goosebumps doing this. I don't know why, because as you guys know, I always get goosebumps when something is in resonance. I have them again, full chills. So that means Spirit's here with us, guiding us. We're supposed to be checking in on the energies right now, I guess. So let's see what comes through. I've actually never had full-on chills, goosebumps like this while I've been shuffling cards. So it's very interesting to me. And let's just see. An Ascension card just flew out. And this is Commander Ashtar, okay? So, and it's number 39. So this is just what popped out during this. It says, Commander Ashtar is in charge of the intergalactic fleet, spaceships that patrol and protect this universe. His mothership enters Earth through Machu Picchu, the two-way interdimensional portal that he oversees. Commander Ashtar is connecting with you through this card and inviting you to view the planets, stars, and galaxies with cosmic eyes. Breathe in the subtle energy and wisdom of the stellar world and allow it to affect your chakra system and ignite your consciousness. You're blessed, for this is a card of expanded enlightenment and a call to intergalactic service, which is what we are being called to right now. Okay, and the affirmation is, I connect with Commander Ashtar to serve the universe. You are being connected with higher beings, with galactic beings, with aliens. I've been having a series of dreams and visits over the past 2 months or so. It started with a sting that I got on my foot, and they told me that it was otherworldly, let's just say. And since that time, I've had numerous visits that have been very telepathic, right? So like in the visits, when I'm being visited, the communication is all telepathic. And you're being asked to, you know, pull down any fear that you have about ETs or, you know, your connection with other galaxies and with everyone and everything, right? And we are being asked to pull down, you know, the fear walls, the separation mentality, so that we can come into this higher consciousness. That's why I posted those videos today about, so that you can understand more what this is, what this interdimensional reality is. What does it mean to raise your consciousness and to raise up? And how does that connect you to other beings, right? Not just humans and other universes. So this is really important for you. Okay. I'll leave that there. And let's just pull a few cards from the Ask Your Guides deck. And let's pull a few from a little more earthly from our past life deck. Just to kind of see what it is we are needing to release. And then I'll hold these up in just a moment. Okay, so this is kind of like an oracle reading. I'm not going to pull a full spread today. Okay. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, I love how the messages support what we just said. Okay. And I have the Angel Therapy deck here, so I feel like we're supposed to pull from that as well. Oh. Love it. Okay. All right. So what we have from the Ask Your Guides deck is decisions, which is your higher self guiding you, and discontentment, which is all around your muses. This is the feeling. If you're feeling discontent at this time, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm stuck in a rut, they're saying go into your creativity, right? Call on your muses. Get creative. That's going to pull you out. That's going to pull you into alignment. It's going to pull you into a higher vibrational state. This could be also just visualization of what you want to create, or it could be actually creating things. They're saying creating it for creation's sake, just because it makes you feel good, not because of an outcome. Because if we do anything for outcome or to try to put it out there right now, we're going to feel stuck or stagnant. So just, they're saying to revisit what sparks you creatively, okay? And call in your muses for the inspiration, okay? Because we're going to get the push pretty soon, and you're going to be ready to bring your creative projects into life. So get back in touch with that right now, especially if there's a feeling of discontentment, of not feeling happy or feeling stuck right now. This will open up the channels for you. And this is about the decisions that we were just talking about. This is about you listening to your higher self, and it does not surprise me that this came up, right? We just talked about this. This is just a confirmation card about, we're talking about, holding on, not letting go, right? And you see two outsiders pulling this person, and then the wisdom, the illumination of his higher self, his or her higher self. In the past life deck is also, whenever I pull them in readings, they can have a multitude of meanings. And so when I see them, I always know what it means. And this feels like the right now. And so this is around leaving and travel. And this feels very connected to the decisions, which is making the decision to go, to leave something, to literally leave something. Whether you're literally traveling or literally changing a location, that's dependent upon your individual situation. But I think for most, this is the decision to leave something behind and to go now, it feels like, to yourself, all the way into yourself, to your higher self's calling. Okay? And then below that, below the discontentment card, is the arts. It doesn't surprise me. This is really about how you've been an artist in past lives, and you're here to fill a creative or artistic mission. Many of you get back in touch with this, and even if that's not your mission, your gifts, your creative gifts, put you in alignment so that you'll be able to hear the channelings, hear the muses, hear the channeled messages, receive the signs, and receive the information and downloads that you're needing to receive, because those things, making music, dancing, art, creating anything, cooking, crafting, making things, some of you make spiritual stuff, jewelry or cards or drawings or all of this stuff. Just the act of doing puts you in alignment so you can hear those messages. You're connected to source when you're in the flow, when you're talking with your muses, when your channels are open, and when you're in alignment with yourself, right? You're out of your logical mind. You're out of the at the bottom of the deck is the fears. You're out of the fear state when you're doing that stuff, right? So that's where we want to be. We want to be releasing the fears. And the more we do that and do the things that put us in alignment with trust and knowing and feeling good and high vibrations, the quicker we are going to be able to manifest that high vibrational reality, okay? Let's see. So the wisdom of the Oracle deck doesn't surprise me. This is what I said when I saw these. Clean it up and all that glitters. So clean it up is all about what I just said before I pulled the cards. Do you have a contradictory vibration right now, right? Is there something that is flip-flopping for you? I want to go this way. No, I want to go that way. No, I want to go this way. No, I want to go that way. Are you doing a loop cycle of thinking around that rather than just flowing with those impulses? You're needing to clean up the vibration. That means really sitting with your higher self to know what truly is calling you, and then following that, walking in alignment with that. They're saying also some of you are out of integrity, like you're holding on to the low vibrational stuff, but you're saying, oh, I'm good, I've not done all my healing, or I'm on the ascension journey, and I'm only going to say positive things, or and I'm only going to think positive ways, but yet then you're doing something really, really low vibrational. You're holding on to old attachments, and there's nothing wrong with that for anyone, and many of us are going through that. But it's the need to see that, to see where there's a disjunct. Where are you out of integrity? And to drop the mask. Oh, I am this, I am that, I am this or that, or I am high vibe, or I am spiritual. Take off the labels, because really being spiritual is about, coming into a state of trust, loving yourself, and so that you can be of service to others and love, come into a state of being of love with all. And so in order to do that, you've got to look at those triggers. You've got to look at those attachments. You've got to look at why you're hanging on or why there's this contradiction in your energy. And once you drop the masks, and once when you stop using the motivation as, oh, because I want to be seen, or I want to, I want this attention, or I want to be viewed this way, or, as soon as you drop that mask and you get into what you authentically want and you follow that with integrity, you guys have no idea how much everything is going to line up for you and fall into place. We have been stopping ourselves, but it's to release the karma. It's been to release the karma. It's been to learn the lessons. It's been to polish ourselves, to really see those rough spots, to see the darkness, to embrace the shadow, so that we can move into this lighter life, this more fulfilled life, and then give to others that are needing the tools and the healing and all of the wonderful gifts that you have to share. So the two cards that I pulled from the Angel Therapy deck are Solar Plexus Chakra and Vegan Vegetarian. This doesn't surprise me either, because I started out the video talking about this little health issue, and in the article I referred you guys to, I'm talking about how I'm trying to heal this homeopathically instead of antibiotics. And this is really about the decisions you're making with your body, with the foods you're putting into your body, going organic now, and up leveling, eating higher vibrational foods, drinking lots of water, good water, and understanding how this helps you open up the channels in your physical body and helps you to up level. Again, ascension is not just one piece. It is everything. It is our whole being, our spiritual self, our mental plane, our emotional, our physical. It's everything. And so we're being asked to look at this right now and make better decisions. Right? If you've got information that is coming to you or tugging at you, pulling at you, oh, I want to try that, or oh, I want to eat that way, or oh, I want to heal that way, go to it now. Play around with it. Explore that now, because this is the time to do it. Okay? This is time for those changes. We're making those changes. And this is about your confidence. This is about your self-assuredness. And some of you are shaky, and that's where this oh, I want to go, but oh, I'm not sure, I'm still afraid, and this is that lining up with yourself. And there's no better way to line up with your confidence and to come into alignment in that way than through creative outlets, right? Because that's going to give you the self-assuredness. That's going to put you into alignment. That's going to get you into a state of trust rather than fear. When we're out of our confidence center, it's not just the rooted insecurities from our wounds. It's more than that. Having an understanding of that and healing that's important. But then you've got to practice alignment. And alignment is something that takes practice. And if you want the tools to practice that, come to me for coaching or take the intensive program, because all of week 2 in the intensive program, this is what we're practicing. Okay, you're getting the tools for that. The bottom of the deck, I think I showed you the past life deck, was the phobias and fears. Epiphany is coming at the bottom of the Ask Your Guides deck. And Epiphany, this is about the epiphanies that we're having now through this illumination. And again, it's your higher self guiding you. So our higher self is guiding us at this time. Are you listening? Are you listening? Because following the guidance and the wisdom of your higher self is going to enable you to reach so far beyond your current world. Not only dimensionally, like having communications and telecommunication with other beings and other entities, and accessing information, right, that feels out of this world, or, channeling messages. You're going to be able to expand beyond your current, state of being. But then also, very important, you're having you're being called into your higher self's knowing and wisdom so that you personally in your evolution can soar and expand and then help others, as I just said. So the epiphanies that you're having are probably around where you're needing to let things go, why you've been stuck in certain places. It's also, the light bulbs around, or the realizations around what truly is calling you. And you need nothing more than to just hear that and believe it, right? Take it as your truth, those epiphanies. I think sometimes we have the epiphanies and then we go back into loops of negative thinking or doubt. And then we start second guessing things. And then we have all this energy to clean up, right? So really, really let the negative thoughts, the negative thinking, let those voices quiet so you can tune in and hear what your higher self is saying to you. Okay? Very important at this time. And also they're saying at the bottom of the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, they're saying we're being guided, message in a bottle, which is, you're getting messages, you're being guided. Your higher self is guiding you. Your guide team is guiding you. Your angels, your spirits team is guiding you. So pay attention to those messages. And if they haven't come clear yet, they will over the next week, because we've been in a very synchronistic time. I feel like where we've been syncing up with people, lots of telepathy. But I feel like over the next week or so, and it's funny because today's the 15th, so I feel like starting around now and through the next week, we're going to see a lot of signs that are going to, they're literally going to point you which direction to go. Okay, for many of you. So listen and pay attention. Watch. And then the bottom of the Angel Therapy deck is God Box, which is all about, it asks you to write your worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper and put that into a special container called God Box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So this is about what we're releasing. This is about these decisions, these tough decisions. If there's anything that you're really fretting over, really, anxious about and really confused about, write that on a piece of paper. Put it in a little box or put it in a bowl or, just float it out to the universe and then give it over to God or the universe, however you want to think of it, and allow then yourself to receive the epiphanies, receive the information, receive the answers, and allow the path to be illuminated for you so that the gateways just open and all you have to do is just walk through. Because when we're in confusion and when we have this contradictory energy, we'll create resistance, which will block those gates from opening. It's funny because I had a truck in front of me, I think it was this morning, and the other day too, and I keep seeing things on the back of trucks that say Golden Gates, Stargate. So we're still in a gateway here, is what we're in a gateway for a while, it feels like. And that's what I'm going to tell you. I mean, we may look at the Lionsgate portal as a specific, week or days in the calendar, but the truth is we are in a gateway for a while. This whole up-leveling, this passing through, this is almost like an initiation up to the higher level for many of you, and it's going to go on for several months, right, until we all sort of transition. Those who are supposed to transition at this time transition into that new life, into that new purpose or new way of being. So I hope that's been helpful. I know this doesn't cover all the bases for all the different individual scenarios out there, but I hope that overall in the collective, this has provided some insight for you at this time, and maybe something I've said has been helpful. Again, if you want to reach out or check out either of my websites, it's theilluminedguru.com or vibup.com. I will see you guys probably next for the full moon in Pisces reading. So I'll see you then. Take care. Love to you all. Bye. Mwah.